Yes, yes, yes. What's going on, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? Hope everybody's having a phenomenal Sunday so far. It is your boy Wallstreet Ray. Another Sunday Outlook call. New week, new money. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let me go ahead and make sure everybody's muted. Getting a little echo in here. New week, new money. What's up, family? If you're ready for a phenomenal week, go ahead and drop some dollar signs in the chat. If you're ready for a phenomenal, profitable week, let me get some dollar signs in the chat. New week, new money, new opportunities, family. Super excited to be here with all of you guys today. Where we calling in from? Where we calling in from? Type in the chat the cities that you're calling in from. I want to know where my family is today. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. New Mexico in the house, Raleigh, Vegas, what's up? Colombo. Yo, I'm starting to see more and more people from Colombo, Sri Lanka. Like every day we get on a call, I see a new name. What's up? Appreciate you for calling in. Tempe, Arizona. I absolutely love Tempe, man. Tempe is one of my favorite cities. Nation's capital, DC. What's up? I actually went to school in DC my freshman year of college. I love DC. A lot of culture there. Detroit in the house. Detroit always show me love, man. We did an event at the top of the GM Tower. It's on 70 floors in the air. We did a trading event out there back in like 2020, 2021. Super dope. Detroit got amazing energy. Jersey in the house. Dallas. What's up? Houston. H-Town in the house. You already know. You already know. What's up, family? What's up? What's up? Look, super happy and grateful again to be on this call with you guys today. We're going to go ahead and dive straight into it. Again, this is another weekly Outlook call, just to pretty much get you guys prepared for the week, get you guys prepared for the potential trade opportunities that are going to be presented this week. This is a call to make sure you're adequately prepared for everything that you can potentially have in front of us. All right. So with that being said, I definitely want you guys to make sure you have pen, paper, just take notes, take mental notes, whatever it is that you have to do to be prepared, because some of these trade setups may play out today. Some of them may actually play out later on in the week. All right. So again, these are all projections. Sometimes we take entries on Sundays, but even still, it is pretty early in the week. I don't want to rush anything. So just make sure you're prepared, like I said. All right. You guys that don't know me, if you're first time on the call, I'm your host, Wallstreet Ray. Been doing this now for a while. We helped a lot of people. Trade Genius family, what's up? I see y'all. Super happy to be here with y'all again. All right, so diving straight into it. I like to start out with my favorites, right? My favorites are GU, NAS 100, GBP CAD, gold, Euro CAD, and USD CAD, right? So I got like my starting lineup right there. I look at those pairs before I look at anything else. But if there's anything else that you guys want me to take a look at, feel free to let me know. Feel free to, go ahead and type it in the chat. And if there's any potential setups you want me to look at, I don't mind marking those up for you guys as well. All right. So just starting out with GBP USD. I'm actually anticipating some bullishness this week. I thought we can get some bullishness last week, but what actually happened is the market started to push up before it actually came back down to my entry. All right, my entry point on GBP USD still remains, all right, 1.20775. 1.20775. A third time, 1.20775. I want you guys to make note of these price points that I'm giving you, because if you're not a part of my VIP community, you may not get the actual entry at the moment of it actually reaching that price point. All right, you're just getting the entry now, and whether it hits later on today, whether it hits in 3 days, whatever the case may be, I just want you guys to make sure you are prepared. All right. So at 1.20775, I am going to be looking for longs on GBP USD. Primarily the reason being is because obviously as the market has been trending lower for quite a while, and I just have a whole bunch of drawings over here, so never mind all this stuff to the left, all right? But the market has actually been trending downward for quite a while. I've been catching buys and sales all throughout this price. And one thing I'm noticing now is that we're finally coming back into this area of demand. Now, what is it specifically that makes this an area of demand? And primarily what I see is the fact that this is a low that led to a new high being created. All right. This high is higher than this high over here. So us understanding that, we do have that shift of market structure on the higher time frame. But even more importantly than that, if we actually come in and look closely, we do have a sell to buy candle right here. All right. Now, obviously, it may be hard to tell because I have all of my candlesticks black. The reason why I do this is because I really want you guys to train your eyes to be able to see what it is that you're supposed to be seeing. I don't want you guys to get triggered by red candlesticks, blue candlesticks, green candlesticks. I don't want you guys to be triggered by anything but the price action in front of you, right? So here, obviously, we do have a sell, and then it immediately turns into a buy. Now, us understanding how mitigation works, how smart money operates, how the smart money hedges positions against each other, we have an initial sell point, then we have a buy, right? So the buy takes the market up, but this initial sell right here is still in drawdown, okay? So the market has to come back to that initial sell point in order to mitigate the sell orders, all right? Once we mitigate those sell orders, we can then add on to the buy orders, right? So obviously I anticipated that happening last week over here. Didn't quite happen right away. The market started to push up prematurely, at least from what I thought was prematurely. And now what it is that I see happening, same price point again. We just have a slightly delayed mitigation, right? Or slightly delayed sweep of those lows. So what I notice here is that the market did create relative equal lows. So with that being said, I am anticipating the liquidity underneath these lows to get taken out. All right, I am anticipating the liquidity underneath these lows to get taken out. Now, with that being said, I do believe that there's another sell left, right? Not that I necessarily have to take the sell. The steeper within these retracements I get, the least likely I am to take sales, right? So considering that the market is hovering right above a demand zone, even though I do have equal lows here, I can sell, hypothetically speaking, into a potential buy right here. But just understand it is a little more risk involved because the market started selling up here, right? Then it made several lower highs, and now we're getting to the last, few points of before we anticipate that big reversal. All right. So a couple weeks ago, I did take sales up here, but that's because I anticipated the market to push all the way down and to make this higher low point down here. Now that the market has already came down into this higher low point, although I do believe the market can push down one more time, the reason that I probably won't sell is just due to the fact that we have already cleared out liquidity here. And there is the slight possibility that this market just continues to go bullish. Me wanting the market to sweep these lows is just me looking for an opportunity that I can personally participate in because, the way that I trade, I can't take a buy way up here. And, if I'm already late to the party, right? So in order for me to see a position for myself and for everybody watching, I need to see this happen, right? Sweep these equal lows for me to get into a buy opportunity at 1.20775. Now, does this happen every time? No, it doesn't. But at the same time, it is important to understand that, we look for potential opportunities. Every opportunity we look at doesn't play out every single time we take a trade or every single time we mark up charts. Our job is to have more of a hypothetical situation, analysis of the market. So if this happens, then I'm going to do that. Or if that happens, then I'm going to do this. So I'm not saying this is guaranteed. I'm just saying that this is the only way that I'm going to personally get into some buy opportunities. For my risk takers out here, I could justifiably see why you may want to take some sales because we have some highs over here. We did have some highs over here that got swept. All right. As it got swept, we did push into this area of supply. This is an area of supply because this is a high. that led to a new low down here. So in understanding that, I could hypothetically understand if you believe that this supply chain is going to hold up and you decided to take some sales from here, right? I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that understanding where we are in the grand scheme of things, there could be some risk involved in that. This low isn't necessarily strong, so I understand. Risk to award wise, it's a good setup. There's just you want to pick and choose your battles properly, right? So if you guys want to take that sell, it's completely fine. I would just say maybe use half risk, maybe under leverage just a little bit, so that way you're not taking a full on loss if the market does decide to go higher. Again, we have pushed low enough to go higher, but we need to go a little bit lower if I want to personally take some buy opportunities. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and continue to push on with this particular call. You have my potential buy zone. Stop loss will be about 30 pips, give or take. All right. About 30 pips or so. That's where I'm looking to have my stop loss. So a specific price point would be 1.20475. So we have a 30 pip stop loss with the potential for about a 270 pip gain is what I'm looking for, bare minimum. We see all of this starting to, slow down and correct right here, right? So as the market starts to slow down and correct, I want to see us, break out of this. Some people will call it like a descending channel, descending wedge. Some people have multiple different names for it. At the end of the day, all you have to really do is understand the way liquidity is being engineered. The market is starting to slow down a bit. So I do believe that it is in the process of accumulating orders in order for us to go to the upside. All right. So anticipate this high up here getting taken out if we actually do get triggered into that buy. All right. So that's the first setup that we have on GBP USD. Everybody good? Hope so. This is being recorded. This will be uploaded to YouTube as well. So anybody that gets on a little late, whatever the case may be, you will be able to review this setup later on. All right. So Nas buys, right? I'm not gonna lie. I thought we were gonna end the week with a banger, right? I gave out this buy signal. And it hit my break even. I didn't lose on it necessarily. I was marking up this pair for pre-London Thursday night. And I was like, you know what? The market's gonna come down to 14,700, and then it's gonna go up. And we see it actually came down, hit 14,700 perfectly. It is shot up. It shot up a good amount of pips actually as well. So it shot up 82 points. So that equates to about 820 pips. I mean, truth be told, depending on the type of trader you are, that would have been good money, good enough money. Me personally, I'm swinging towards the fences. So I personally didn't end up profiting on that particular position. However, I did move my stop loss to break even because whenever I break a set of highs on the lower time frame like this, where this high is higher than the previous high right here, that's where I decided to go break even. So I did go break even on that pair. Then it ended up reversing, did go in profit for 820 pips. Only pointing that out because I did have some guys in the community that did decide to take profit. So shout out to y'all. But what is it that we see moving forward? All right. Since that particular buy didn't work out. This is the reason why I don't necessarily go with breaker blocks that often. This would be considered like a breaker block type of opportunity. Where the market pushes down, shoots up. We're trying to get in on the opposite side of that, sell to buy move. I typically don't take trades like that, but I did see that opportunity there. Now moving forward, considering that the market continues to push lower, truth be told, I see us probably coming to clear out this low completely now, right? And as we clear out this low, I will then proceed to entertain some buy opportunities yet again. So the same way I'm looking for GU to go bearish for a little bit and then go to the moon. I'm essentially expecting the same out of Nas. All right. Another reason why I see this setup is because if I look over to the left, where we also took buys over here, by the way, 1488, 14488.5. That's this price point, like right here. Right. Definitely gave this out on a live trade session as well. So you see how big that buy was. Caught that buy, and we also caught this sell. Almost caught this one. We missed that by 9 points, unfortunately, last week. But I think it's time for us to eat again. We've been slaying Nas left and right for the past few weeks. I definitely think it's time to eat again. If I look closely into this candle, you see we do have a sell to buy candle right here. All right. So within that sell to buy candle, I am anticipating some potential mitigation taking place. All right. As this market mitigates, I will be looking for it to continue bullish. Oops. Oh. So as we come and clear those lows out, I want to see if we can then respect around, let's say, the 14,500 level. Okay. 14,500 on Nas 100, and then return bullish again. Okay. That's what I'm personally looking for on this particular pair. All right. That's what I'm looking for. And look, and I don't say this to avoid accountability. I'm saying this because this is literally how traders think. If you guys think otherwise, that may be the reason why you're not successful yet, right? You got to understand, and I mean successful as a trader, right? You may be successful in other areas of life, but as a trader, we pick out certain areas of the market, and we pick certain areas of the market that have extreme upside potential with very minimal losses, right? With very minimal loss potential. And that means if I'm right, great. If I'm wrong, I don't really care, right? If you still find yourself emotionally attached to wins or losses, that just means that you're banking on one trade to save you, right? Me, I have a system that I approach the markets with, and that system is what allows me to be profitable over time. Now, what is that system, Ray? I'm glad you asked. That system for me is taking low risk, high reward trade setup. So right here, I'm going to risk about 50 points. My upside potential is over 850. Okay. So that means I'm going to risk about 500 pips to catch 8,500 pips. My risk to reward is 1 to 16. This means that if I take this trade 16 times, all right, let's say I lose the first 15 times, and I'll on the 16th attempt, I win. That means I still make money, right? Now, if you take trades like that, mentally, you shouldn't have any worry in your mind whatsoever on whether or not you have the ability to be profitable, because you understand that you being profitable has nothing to do with the individual trade that you take, but it means that over time I'm gonna accumulate wins and losses. Any given time I take a trade, I understand there's a possibility for me to take a loss. Now, in me accumulating wins and losses, I understand that my risk is so small and my rewards are so large that more than likely I'm going to end up profitable regardless of what happens, right? I can go on a losing streak. I can lose 5 trades in a row, 8 trades in a row. And on the very next one, it could bring me out a negative. It could bring my profit back into a positive, right? Positive P&L. Okay. So that's just what I want you guys to realize. So if you ever see professional traders that are kind of nonchalant about the outcome of things, this is the reason why. It's because we all understand this concept, all right? So I'm going to take a buy at 14,500. Okay, 14,500. Third time, 14,500. Hope everybody has that, all right? So at 14,500, I'm going to take my buys. I'm going to have about a 50, 50 or 50 point stop loss. You want to give yourself a little more breathing room. Give yourself 55 points. Boom. All right, 55 point stop loss. As you can see, we're going for at least 1 to 15 right here. And we'll be able to take that thing to the moon. All right. So that's Nas 100. Okay. This could play out possibly tonight. So keep your eyes on it, guys. As you can see, we are leaving relative equal lows here. So if we can actually go ahead and manipulate those lows, I'll be interested in see what the response will be for London, right? Now, I don't want this to happen too soon, right? So if this happens in like an hour or two, I'll probably pass on it. But if this can happen a little bit more towards London, or at least pre-London hours, I'll be very much interested in it. I'll be honest, London session has been trading me very well with Nas 100 specifically, right? Nas 100 has been paying out during London. Like, I don't know what it is. I'll be honest, like this trade was a New York trade. But if I'm not mistaken, I think this one was a London because I remember doing this call at night where we talked about sweeping the Asia session lows. Yeah, as we can see, that was 1 a.m. So that was actually a New York or London session buy, and this sell over here was London session as well, because we see that happened at 3 a.m. So we got 3 a.m. sell, 1 a.m. buy. Then we go back to New York session over here. That's like 9 a.m. This one was like 9, 10 a.m. my time. I'm Central time. So you see it kind of interchanges. When the big moves happen on Nas, they kind of swap out here and there. So you just got to be flexible. Don't marry one way of trading, guys. You got to be flexible in these markets and everything that you do. All right. So moving on to GBP CAD, I'm still holding solid on my initial entry of I'll give you guys more of a specific price point. Something easy to remember, I would say 1.654. All right, on GBP CAD, 1.654. I'm not necessarily convinced on these lows yet. I see them, but I don't trust them, right? So I want to see the market give me a little bit more to go off of. I want to see, the market really form. It's actually creating this trend line liquidity, as we can see. We did poke into it a little bit here and start pushing up, and I'm okay with that. At the end of the day, I don't see anywhere I can buy at the moment. I also don't see anywhere I'm comfortable selling at the moment. I know some people will just draw this up and be cool with that, but at the end of the day, again, you got to pick and choose your battles, right? If I don't see it clearly, I'm just going to trade something else. You don't have to find a setup on every single pair every single day. There are days it's okay to not be in the market. I tell my students all the time, as traders, we get paid off of opportunity. We don't get paid off of the hours that we work. So if you're coming into trading with a 9 to 5 mentality, like, look, I clocked in, I'm on my computer, I have to have a trade. I have to get paid. You're wrong. There's times where I haven't had a setup all week. And then Sunday night, or excuse me, like Thursday night, I'll get a trade setup that brings me into profit. Then the market closes on Friday, right? That's just happens sometimes, right? So at this moment, I have no setup for you on GBP CAD. I'm going to be honest. My only opportunity that I see is if the market comes back down to 1.654. Whether that happens this week, whether it happens next week, I'm just not going to trade GBP CAD. God gave us dozens of currency pairs, so we don't need to sit here and trade the same one every single day. All right. Gold. What can I say about gold? Still going up. I'll be honest, I did close out on this trade. I closed out on this trade completely at like 800 pips. So I left money on the table, guys. I'll be honest. I left money on the table. I had my own analysis and I knew where it was gonna go. It was just became a little bit more of a challenge for me to continuously hold that long. And I went against my own teachings, right? I teach you guys to hold just even if it's just 10% of an entry, just hold it. But like even 10% of that entry was a good amount of money for me. And I was like, bro, like I'm just tired of holding. So I got out. Yeah, it could be a big mistake because I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if gold is ever gonna retrace. I don't know if gold is ever coming back. I'm gonna be honest. Like it's on a rocket right now. And we also did catch this buy down here. Gave this on a live New York session call. Absolutely beautiful. I wonder if I recorded it. I got to look through my recordings. But gave that buyout. And I mean, to say the least, I doubt anybody's still in it because most of my community, we're intraday traders as well. I mean, we'll hold for a week or so, but anything past like a week starts to become a challenge for me personally. It did get up 1,800 pips. Right now, I don't see where I can potentially take more opportunities. I'm gonna be honest. Um, just looking at it right now, the price action isn't really telling me much of anything in terms of buy or sell. Um, you know, I'll probably be leaning more towards the sell side just because it's been pushing up so long. I could see like a retracement type of sell opportunity, but even still, I don't even know where I would get back into buys. So that's where I'm just kind of bummed out. I closed out because I don't even see where I would get back in on this train if I can't even see a potential reentry opportunity. So that thing is just on a rocket to the upside, right? Looks like that train kind of left town. I don't think it's gonna come back anytime soon. We were looking at Euro CAD for some potential sales. All right. This supply zone super weak. I knew that the moment I marked it up. I took this trade very low risk because I knew it had the opportunity to do some weird stuff, which it did. It went a little bit in the profit, ended up reversing. I didn't physically take a loss on this trade. I did take two opportunities actually. The first one had a very tight stop loss where I took a small loss. I got back in, I went in a profit, then I hit break even. What it is that I see potentially happening now though is kind of the same as GBB CAD, right? I took this shot at EuroCAD sales, like just kind of going out on a limb just to see if it could retrace a little bit. I seen these lows down here. I told myself, maybe we come back down to these lows just to see what could happen. But as it continues to push up, I really think that this thing can be bullish for quite a while. We do have a lot of internal range liquidity right here. All right, as you can see within the form of these highs. All right, so these highs look very, very weak. Me understanding that, I see more and more pools of liquidity that the market could go attack, right? So we got all of these highs that the market could go and destroy before I personally see it having a real opportunity to sell off again. I wanted to see if we could just sell off since we cleared the highs right here. I wanted to see if we can, since we cleared those highs, I wanted to see if we get like that retracement opportunity. But now I'm just personally, it might still happen. I gotta wait to see if we get a little more price action. But at this point, I'm seeing us just continue up to like 1.48, right? Or 1. 4775, around that area. Once we get up there, I could potentially see something, but that thing is just flying as well. All right. USD CAD had a beautiful opportunity on this last week. Played out very nicely. Gave this specific signal out to the community. We did hit TP1. I don't know if anybody's still holding because we did experience a pretty steep retrace right here. So for anybody that moved their stop loss in to take profit, you probably got took out of this, right? I know that I did personally, but I entered market execution. I didn't enter off of a sell limit or anything like that. So me entering off a market execution, I got in like right here, which is why I got in like right here, which is why my break even got hit right there. All right. So I'm no longer in this position. However, I did hit TP1 down here for 50 pips. So I am satisfied with the move. Like I tell guys all the time, once I hit TP1, I'm satisfied. Anything after that is just the icing on top. All right. That's just extra. That's just dessert. But, if I can hit TPs consistently, then I know I can be profitable consistently. And that's why my take profit one is always at a specific risk to award. If you notice, my first take profit, I always like it to be bare minimum 1 to 5, right? If my very first take profit can be bare minimum 1 to 5 risk to award, meaning that I make 5 times what I risk, even if I take partial profit, right? I'm still securing a decent bag for the day, right? Even if I secure just half of it or 50, 60% profit, I still did good for the day. So that's why, again, I have a standard procedure for take profit one. Now at this point, what is it that I see happening? I'm hoping it just continues, right? I'm hoping it personally continues so that way more TPs can be hit. If I come down to say the 15-minute, I could see reason to believe why we could potentially get some sell off right here. I don't think that would be a bad sell at all, truth be told. We do have, as you cross over to the left, where we do have unmitigated areas of supply. These are highs that led to new lows. So I do have to be mindful of that. So any high that leads to a new low means that there's supply in the high. So considering that there is supply in this shaded area, I wouldn't be surprised to see if the market wanted to do this and then start to drop. Now, if this happens, that would support my GU analysis because I'm looking for GU to drop and then go bullish. So if I'm looking for GU to drop and then go bullish, that means that I'm looking for overall bearishness on the DXY. So that should mean that the USD CAD should go up a little bit and then continue to drop if that move overall is supported, all right, based off the DXY. So with that being said, let's take a quick look at the DXY, see what it is that we see here, all right? So just based off the DXY, what it is that I noticed is the market, it looks like it's consolidating, but I have a rule of thumb that I like to go off of. I say if I wouldn't buy, I'm going to keep selling, right? So a lot of times we be confused, like, okay, I don't know what to do. Is the market going to do this or is it going to do that? But the way that I look at it is if I don't have a reason to buy yet, then I'm going to assume that the market is going to keep selling. I don't see any buy pattern form just yet. So with that being said, I'm going to assume that the DXY is going to keep selling off. And I'm going to assume that this is going to continue lower down there, all right? We still have plenty of imbalance to the left to fill in. We got all this imbalance over here to fill in. And I actually believe that we'll clear all that imbalance to get all completely. So I'm going for at least, 105.7, probably a little bit lower, more like 105.6. In between that pocket is where I'm looking to target at least, right? If we can go a little bit lower than that, I mean, that's just even better. But that's what I'm looking for at least, all right? So I am looking for this market to continue bearish. I don't see a reason to buy yet. Even this little impulsive move here, I don't think that is going to be supported that much just due to the fact that the candles that created that large imbalance don't appear to be extremely strong to me. There are some characteristics right here, and that's the reason why that's going to be my take profit area between 105.7 and 105.6. That's the reason why I'm looking at that pocket to potentially take profit, because I do believe from here that the market has the potential to go bullish. Even though I think it probably will keep going bearish, I do have to, again, pick and choose my battles wisely as to why I think the market could give me a bounce right here. All right. So, me going off of that, I think the market will keep dropping down to around this area. If it keeps going, whatever the case may be, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right. So, that pretty much completes my favorites. At this point, I'm going to go over a few more pairs. All right. I'm going to go over a few more pairs. Okay. AUD CAD. I would say AUD CAD is on a mission to go long. Yeah, I would say it's on a mission to go long. We just have to find the long opportunity now. And I think I see it here. So obviously, strong has the crossover, right? A little area of imbalance right there. We could potentially be buying out of here as well. Now the market hesitates, crosses up again. I wouldn't be surprised if the market wants to respect these lows because we took lows here. Right after taking lows, we, break this internal structure to the upside. All right, and end up making a new high. I wouldn't be surprised to see the market retrace and try to continue somewhere in here in one of these untested areas of demand. I wouldn't be surprised to see it at all. All right. There's better setups out there, but that's just if you're fishing, right? I'd rather just wait on GU or something personally. But that's if you're fishing, if you feel like you're fiending for a setup, that's a potential one right there. AUD USD, I'm staying solid. I'm staying firm. I'm looking for lows to get swept. And as those lows get swept, I'll look for buys. The exact same setup I have on GU is pretty much the exact same setup I have on AU. I see all these weak lows forming. I see an abundance of liquidity that's being accumulated underneath these lows. So I'm looking for short-term sales for us to get into long-term buys, right? So that buying will be predicated off of the DXY going bearish as we just explained, all right? So here we have lows, lows, lows. So we have like almost like a triple bottom type of situation. Every time the market bounces off of support, you got to think that retail traders, every time we see the market bounce off support, that they're buying. Every time they buy and they hit their, they place their stop loss, you have to assume that there's like this. This is your cell phone, right? With MetaTrader 4 downloaded on your phone, right? So this is like your little trading app, right? Just because you have a trading app doesn't mean that you're participating in Forex. You're actually not participating until you enter the market with the entry, stop loss, all of that, right? So once you actually take the trade, the money goes from being over here on your cell phone, and then it virtually goes over here into the market, okay? So essentially, all these people that are buying and placing their stop loss here, there's a virtual pool of money that's just growing, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The bigger that pool of money gets, the more attractive it becomes for manipulation, okay? So liquidity pools are big for manipulation because they're attractive for them to be able to knock out premature buyers and sellers and then get their positions in. And a lot of people think that, it's them trying to scam the market, like the markets are trying to scam people and they're trying to finesse you out of your money. But it's important to realize that's actually not what's happening. They do this because they have to. Like when you have billions of dollars to trade with, you don't just get into the market the way that we do. They don't just push a button. They actually have to engineer liquidity in order to get enough money on the opposite side of a position. So in order for big money to win, a lot of people have to lose because that's the only way their orders can get filled, right? So a lot of people think the markets are there to like try to scam you or manipulate you. And we use the term market manipulation because that's essentially what it's called, but it's not there for you to think that the markets are after you. It's just so you can think the way that smart money thinks and not the way that dumb money thinks. They have to engineer liquidity because if not, their orders and at their size will never be filled anyway. All right. So it's important to understand why these particular price patterns happen. All right. This is the reason why a lot of people enter trades and then the market will go against you only to end up going the direction you want it to go the entire time. That's the reason why that happens. All right. So let us continue. Euro USD. I know I hate Euro USD. I'm gonna be honest. So I'm not even gonna spend time here. I'm gonna be honest. Already looked at Euro CAD. Euro JPY. It's kind of a mess. So I'm gonna be honest. I don't like it. It's a lot of choppiness if you ask me. Market just pretty much going sideways the entire time. Nothing that I personally want to be a participant in. Okay, here. Euro Euro odd. I think we can retrace. I do think we'll be able to retrace a little bit, but I'm looking for some continued longs. Truth be told, once we get like down here, I'll be looking for the market to kind of continue on this uptrend. All right. I'm looking for this market to pretty much continue to the upside. We do have a heavy crossover. We do have internal range liquidity here. Also a little bit more right here. So on Euro AUD, I'll probably be looking for 1.6698, 1.6698 for potential longs. All right. Again, these are my secondary pairs. It's not going to be the first pairs I look at, but only way I really take my secondaries is if my primaries and my favorites, like they're not ready to take yet. Yeah. So if they're not ready to take, then I'll take a look at some of these other pairs. All right. So we got a little liquidity resting above here. So once we get down to these lows, I look for two things to help tell me direction, market direction. All right. I look for two things to help tell me market direction. What side of the market is taking liquidity and what side of the market is creating liquidity. So here we have a low that gets taken. Then up here we have a high, and then that high does not get taken. So down low, we have a strong low like this. Then up high, we have a weak high like this. If it was a strong high, it would look like this. So if it looked like this, then we'd have to question whether or not the market is actually a sell. The fact that it looks like this means that there's money probably above it, and that's a reason for the market to buy and attack that point, okay? So I'm anticipating, consolidation. How long it takes, I'm not sure. This might happen tomorrow morning, might happen in a couple of days. But eventually, when we get back to that price point, I'm looking for us to go bullish again and attack those highs right there. All right. Euro Chief, not interested. Euro GBP, also not interested. Okay. So we went over AUDs, went over euros, we went over our favorites, we went over GBPs also, I believe. All right. I already gave y'all setups on GU and GCAD, or we're waiting on GCAD, excuse me. Nothing on GCAD. Nothing I want on GU, the G Chef, excuse me. Nothing I'm interested here either. Nothing much on GBP pairs except for that GU. Remember that GU at 1.20775 on GBP USD. And that's how long that's like you really got to look at the charts like this, guys, because like just so you could understand and remember price points without even looking at it, 1.20775 GBP USD buy, right? You got to be able to remember that stuff without even looking, right? It means that you're putting in that chart time. Gave y'all the buy setup on NAS 100. So that may happen tonight, may happen in the morning. Be on the lookout for that. Nothing on gold, nothing on any of the other USD pairs. I'm not particularly interested in trading NZDs at the moment, if I'm being honest. Yeah, like I don't really care to trade any NZD pairs right now. Um, I told y'all what I expect on USD CAD. Possibly pop up and then continue to sell. I'm still deciding on whether or not I want to send that one out. So just kind of be patient with me. If you're in the community, I'll send it out as I feel the need to. Right now, I'm still deciding on it because I got a couple other pairs that I like a little bit more. But I'm still deciding on whether or not I'll take that. Outside of that, that's everything, guys. That's everything. Okay, so that is a full weekly outlook. We got trades on GU, NAS, and a potential on USD CAD. All right. We also got a potential on was it Euro AUD? Yep. So we got GU, NAS 100, potential on USD CAD, and potential on Euro AUD, right? But NAS 100 and GBP USD, those are locked in. You could, set your alerts, do whatever you got to do because I feel good on both of those. All right. So that's all that I have for tonight, guys. I definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in this evening. Continue to plug in, guys. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns moving forward, this is my Instagram page. Would love to connect with you guys here. Right. Obviously, if you guys want to be a part of the community where I trade 6 times a week with my community, trade 6 times a week, also do live trading calls and educational calls as well, where we do Q&A, where we go over concepts at depth until everybody on the call understands it. Definitely want you guys to tune into that. 6 calls a week, not including the call that we just did right now. So it's really 7 calls a week. And that is just $60 per month. All right. So I'm very, very active, hands-on in the community, doing calls just about every single day, with the exception of Friday. Right. So outside of that, I'm live today. I'm gonna be live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Twice on Tuesday and Thursday. So just with that, that's where the 6 calls a week come in. So, if you guys want to be a part of a hands-on community, I highly encourage you guys to join Trade Genius. I will send a link on how you actually enroll into the free Telegram chat. So if you guys are plugged into my free Telegram, I'll post it there. I'll also post some information on it on my Instagram page at Wallstreet_Ray. Also, course at www.tradegeniusacademy.co. The promo is still going on. I've literally been having this promo on consistently for the past, probably 2-3 months, right? So I'm definitely showing guys love with this promo. Definitely go ahead and go grab that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just cut the promo off. I'd say probably in the next 2 weeks, right? I'm getting ready for the birth of my daughter. So after that, I'll probably go ahead and just take it off after that. I just want to keep it on for the time being, just to help people out, get in at a solid price and whatnot. All right. So again, the course and the community are two separate things. Course is self-paced, obviously, and the community is, you trading alongside me. Okay. Every single day. So with that being said, I'm definitely looking forward to having you guys join the community. Looking forward to having these trade setups play out. I will be uploading this to YouTube momentarily. As soon as the video downloads and uploads and does everything it has to do, it will be up probably within the next 30 to 45 minutes. So be on the lookout for that. Also, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you found this content useful and beneficial. All right. With that being said, I love you guys. See you guys at the top or from the top, because the bottom are way too crowded. Much love and peace.